Oh look, it's night time. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is just going to be a rather short tutorial on basically in race pit.
Low tire pressure, stay clear of the curves.
So basically, let's just imagine you're in a race and you think, oh bugger, I need to pit for some reason. It could be damage, it could be anything really. So how do you do kind of what you might consider a manual pit stop? Something that a lot of people probably haven't seen yet. It's not very complex, if I'm honest, but if you haven't done it before, it's probably not that simple either. So hopefully we can get back round before the race actually finishes, because I've just noticed there's like 1 minute and 3 seconds left. So this will probably end the race before I get a chance to bloody well do it. Typical. Seems probably because I took so bloody long in setting it all up. Never mind. We'll see if we can do it anyway. So as you can see, it's night time, and the lights on this car are incredibly bright. Not. Sometimes they're that rubbish. There, I thought I'd just do a donut for everybody. But sometimes the lights are that rubbish, you can't even tell whether they're on. You can now, but they're not exactly great, are they? Never mind. Hopefully you can see if there's another car behind you, but generally speaking you can't see it until they actually basically ram you up the backside, which is not ideal. But then again, that's another story. So the whole idea of this is what you do when you're going into the pits. It should still give me enough time to do it anyway, but whether you set a pit window in a race or not, it matters not from this, what we're trying to show here. So effectively all I'm going to try and do is just show you, hey, what happens, and B, what you need to be doing. So you're approaching the pits, you're gonna go in. Hopefully you're going slightly better than that. In order for your pit limiter to come on automatically, you'll see that's coming up on your screen saying enable pit limiter. The only way you can do that, you've got to be doing under 31 mile an hour or 50 kilometers if you've got it set to that, and be in first gear before you hit there. You see them? Those signs there? You've got to be doing it by the time you hit them. And then, amazingly, up on the left hand side of your screen, that appears. It tells you at the top of the screen that your pit limiter's on, as you can see. Pit strategy. Oh, it's bloody well sent me back. I knew it'd effing well do that. Okay. If at first you don't succeed, completely start again. So anyway, we'll try and get back round there again so we can show you again. And hopefully it'll take me less than like a minute or so to get there. But you know what to expect now, don't you? Because you've seen that screen come up. So now you know what's going to happen. So I'll say this anyway while we're on our way round. Now going into the pits, obviously you don't have to slow down to 50 kilometers 31 mile an hour straight away, but you do have to watch for those signs either side. Where you see those 50 signs, because they'll always be in KMH by default, but where you see those 50 signs, you better be doing that speed or less or be in first gear. Well, both actually. At that point, your pit limiter will engage. So if you therefore decided to floor it, you're not going to exceed the pit and therefore get a stop-go 30-second penalty, which is not recommended because it's really bloody annoying when it happens. But it is what happens in reality. So if you want to race as close to real as possible, which I'm sure you do, then those are going to be enabled. So make sure you don't fall foul of them. So once you've actually got yourself into the pits and not got yourself a penalty of some sort, then it will be a case of that screen coming up on the left hand side with all those various options. The top thing that you'll see in the next 30 seconds or so will be the fact that your pit limiter is on, which is good because you want to make sure it is, for the reasons we've just explained. Anyway, we'll be there any moment now. You will see a few little options that will come up. There's not a myriad options because there's not a myriad things that you can do. So obviously I know where it is on this track. Got to be careful on some other tracks because you might not know where it is and you'll lose time by doing so. So there you go. I'm now in first gear. That's come up. So pit limiter is there, showing us on, as you can see there. Pit strategy is there. Fuel to add if you want to add some fuel there. That's your number of litres there. It'll take you bloody ages and you can't keep it pressed and it'll carry on. You've got to press it for every one of those numbers you want it to change by. Change tyres, yes or no. If you want to, yes. If you don't want to, no. Obviously, let's say we do. Tyre set, if you're already using tyre set 3, do not pick tyre set 3 to change, because otherwise they're not going to change, because they have worked out that it's the same bloody tyre set. So change it to another one. Do you want dry? Do you want wet? What do you want? You can change the individual tyre temps, individual tyre pressures if you want to. So if you want to alter them, and it keeps going up every time you change that, which is bloody annoying. Do you want to change your brakes? Are they hammered? You can change them to yes. Set the brakes to 1. As you can see, this takes some doing. Suspension, do you want to repair them? Do you want to repair your bodywork? The bottom thing will tell you how long that's going to take you. So you want to change your suspension? Yes. If I change that to no, what you might see is that time might change. Now again, it might not. But we still need 1 minute and 15 seconds. So you might as well bloody change them, because it doesn't make any difference on the tyres. You'll notice if I say I don't want to change the tyres, that 1 minute and 15 has dropped down to 56.2. So 56.2 is the amount of time it'll take me to change my brakes. Let's take the brakes off. We don't want to change the brakes. Oh look, it's down to 11.199 seconds to add 41 litres of fuel. Obviously now it takes nothing. So let's just say we're going to repair the suspension and the bodywork. So let's go up to our garage. Right, so in order to get them to do anything, you've got to put your foot on the brake. If you do not put your foot on the brake, you will sit there like a lemon until the race finishes, if necessary, because nobody will do anything at all. I found that out to my cost and annoyance when this game first came out, because I sat there like a lemon waiting for ages for them to do anything, and nobody did anything. I kept moving my car along thinking it was in the wrong place on my by my pit crew, and I had to put it in a certain place, but no, that's not the case. Put your foot on the brake, keep it on there, that will switch your engine off. Then the guys will go to work and do what they need to do for the allotted time it takes. Once they're done, they'll tell you to bugger off.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
And they'll always say that you've got low tyre pressures, stay away from the curbs, because be mindful, when you come out the pits, depending on how long you've been there, your tyres are stone bloody cold. As you can see there on the graphics, they are blue. So be bloody careful. Hopefully that tells you how to do a manual pit stop. So try them out when you get the chance. Get yourself au fait with it. Get it down to a fine art, because cocking this up could cost you a race. Okay, have a good evening. See you again soon. Ta-da.